and welcome to the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order. And I did that. That's a throwback because that's how I used to introduce my old podcast. Obviously, we do not have Jay here tonight. This is Valentine's Day.
She's on assignment.
She's honestly, she's absolutely on assignment, and she's in deep. Hopefully,
I'm not gonna say I'm not. Nope.
Is that bad? Is that
I'm
bad?
not saying. I'm not.
This is why they don't let us do the show, Pump.
Anyway, happy wrestling.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, we've missed a week due to the Super Bowl or whatnot, but we are here back now again, live and direct after a couple weeks of wrestling. We are missing the queen of the show, as I awfully jokily, that's not even a word, jokily alluded to earlier. But here we are, back with our producer Shay, who on Valentine's Day gave up a lot to be with us here tonight to produce a show. A show, I will remind you, is the least viewed show on the Illuminerdi channel. I'm not
YouTube. We're killing it on Facebook, apparently.
Hey, well, we're the face of the company. That's why we're the face that runs the Illuminerdi place. No,
I mean it's a Cena reference, but sure.
Anyway, yeah, man, we are very glad to have Shay here tonight to produce us. Jay, good luck this evening. Pumps.
Yo.
Valentine's Day. How did you and Mrs. Pumps do it? How'd you guys celebrate? I don't mean do it, but you know, do it.
Face to face. No. She worked and I played Minecraft and watched terrible wrestling. How about you, Nate? How was your Valentine's Day?
Well, I just got back from the Joshua Tree. It is a place right by Palm Springs, outside of Los Angeles. If everybody is familiar with that, it's a place where I think U2 has an album called Joshua Tree. I'd be lying if I knew that was a fact, but it is, or it's not. Shay, can I get a thumbs up if that's a fact? Okay, he's got it. All right. Yes. It's a place where people go and eat fucking hallucinogenics and hang out in the desert and whatever. My mom's got a pad out there, so my lady and I went out there and hung out and made dinner and watched movies and saw an amazing sky that you can't see from Los Angeles because of all the lights. The stars were incredible. Yeah, so that was my weekend, and I am back. I made sure to be back for this show, unlike Jay.
In fairness, you were here, but you weren't here for the last 2 weeks, buddy.
You're 100% correct, and I want to apologize for that. This is the first time I've been on since the last couple episodes, and I don't even remember doing the second half of the Super Bowl night show. And
it was a doozy.
And I just, hey.
You know what? We're going to power through it, though. We're going to...
Sticking with us.
We're going to get through. We got a ton of views, so I don't know. You might have been onto something, buddy.
I can't be onto that thing for long.
Well, here's to you.
Yes. Oh, cheers. Cheers to you as well, my friend. I'm obviously at the beach. Pumps is in his house.
Yes. We're at the Session Moth studio.
Yeah.
You still owe me 3 months of a calendar, but that's okay.
Before we get into wrestling, Pumps, I just want to note your incredibly awesome vintage Newport ski cap.
Yes, alive with pleasure. I smoke Newports, and you should too. Because smoking is cool.
I thought, didn't they get rid of Newports?
Yeah, this hat's like as old as I am.
Right, but like today, can you go to the store and buy Newports?
Oh, God, yeah.
I thought they got rid of them.
No.
I also like that their tagline is alive with pleasure.
Not for long. Yeah, no, this was a good eBay purchase. I'm very happy with it.
All right, good. I like it. Okay. Because this week I know that we won't talk much about the WWE, and in all fairness,
well, other than the pay-per-view.
Well, yeah. Sorry, I don't even. I think I consider NXT its separate thing at this.
Yeah.
We will talk NXT. Jay will come back next week, hopefully, unless she has run off and eloped with somebody, is on the French Riviera by
Yes.
Tuesday, which could also be a thing.
All the wine and cheese.
She could never come back. You might have seen the last Illuminerdi Wrestling Order show with Jay.
Let's hope not.
Listen, I hope not. She is the mother bear that takes care of these two Lost Boys.
Exactly.
But if she finds love with James Bond and ends up on a boat, the French Riviera, I cannot hate that as either.
Indeed. Sorry, I was responding to chat.
Sound like you could hate on that.
No, you can't.
I'm just kidding. All right,
things we can hate on.
Oh yes. We're not going to talk much about WWE this week. We're going to do a lot of NXT. We're going to do some NXT, and we're going to do some news and notes or whatever. Apparently, it's the Elimination Chamber this week, and I wouldn't know that, and Pumps wouldn't know that because, in all fairness, neither one of us watched any WWE this week. And here at the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order, we are not afraid to admit that.
Exactly. I follow on Instagram. That's the only reason I know things happen.
That is half of the...
I think the only thing of note that happened this week was Nia Jax's hole was a thing.
Tell us about that, by the way, because you sent videos of that, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even click on them.
Oh, thanks. Glad I put the effort to track that down.
Here we are, being honest.
That's okay. No, it's fine. No, she was in a match with Lana, and she did that leg drop she does.
Right.
Ooh, excuse me, onto the apron. And Lana rolled in, and Nia took the bump on the apron, which, as we all know, is the hardest part of the ring. Yeah. And she rolled off and was selling for a minute, and just screamed out, "My hole!" Which, say what you want about Nia Jax, the memes were through the roof for that spot, so I'll give her that.
Yes, I did. So, do you think she cut a sentence short, or do you think legit?
No, because the camera was on her the whole time, and she just said it, and then
so she decided at some point in the back that she's gonna do a spot where she yells out. She takes a fucking bump to the apron, and she's gonna yell out, "My hole."
Which I'm not super familiar with the female anatomy, but aren't there two holes close together on that?
I'm just saying. I don't know. You and I are here talking about wrestling on Valentine's Day. We obviously don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so maybe some more clarity on that for next week. Hopefully, we'll get my A or my B or my V, whatever the ladies call it. I clearly don't know.
I'm telling you right now, if she takes a bump on the apron and yells out my A or B, if she really prefaces it,
yeah,
t-shirts are on the way.
I'll continue to not watch Raw.
This is what I don't understand, and we're going to get off this because I'd rather talk about this with Jay. I don't understand why there's an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view next month and Drew McIntyre is in his and Roman Reigns gets to fight the guy who wins the same night, I guess. And I'm not going to lie, I just skimmed that off of WWE.com. So if you have any thoughts on that, we'll put a pin in that until next week. Yeah. Jay, if you're listening, laying down, eating grapes, being fanned here on Valentine's Day, just maybe make a mental note that that's what the Lost Boys would like to talk about when you get back.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the star of the night, which is the NXT show.
Yes.
Which is called Vengeance Day.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you're going to have Halloween Havoc and you're going to have, what's the other one they had? War Games. Right. And so you're going to take Vengeance, which is a old late 90s, early 2000s WWE pay-per-view, correct?
Yes.
Right. If you're going to take that, why put day on the end?
I'm assuming because it's Valentine's Day. Or they were trying to combine that with St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
I didn't think of either of those, Pumps, and
Well, that's why I'm here.
And that's why you're the goddamn Mike Tenay of this fucking podcast.
Yeah, but I don't have a rampant gambling problem. Allegedly.
That we know.
Allegedly.
Right. I still think it's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, their names are hit and miss, and this was kind of a miss. But I did like the logo, the little V with the tail, the devil tail.
Especially when you're gonna add takeover to everything you guys do, right? Because it's like takeover Vengeance Day, takeover War Games, takeover. Yeah. I don't know. It's too many words. Too many words for me.
Well, I know you struggle with putting words together. I know that's something.
Absolute fact.
That's something you struggle with. So I don't know. Speaking of putting words together, did you breeze through the opening, like the opening promo package?
Nope.
So you saw it.
I did. Hold on. Okay. Are you talking about the black guy that was doing a weird Valentine's
spoken word poem rap thing?
Is he a wrestler?
I hope not.
Get him off my screen.
Yeah, that's about where I was at too. So we're in agreement.
Yes, I did see that. And you know what? If I had notes, that would have been one of them.
Yeah, it was awkward. I don't do raps, so I don't feel that I wanted to critique it, but I know what I like, and I didn't like that.
I barely do raps, and I critique everything.
Well, you're more qualified than I am.
In an unorthodox, unprofessional, aggressive way.
I like it.
Yes, I did see that, and I just thought that maybe I had missed a segment on NXT where he was a thing, and this was like almost like the Genius, right? Right?
I don't.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I didn't know if he was a manager, a ring announcer, a backstage interviewer. I just kind of like I was with it for a second, and then he started to like rap about each match.
Yeah.
Right, and when it's a Valentine's Day theme, like nothing about wrestling other than the fucking match made in heaven. Macho Man and Elizabeth's awkward re-wedding and party in the back. Other than that, I don't equate love and wrestling as a main, like it can be an angle.
Yeah.
As a main, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great, but I didn't know if you saw it. I figured you'd have thoughts if you did. So yeah.
And those were them.
Yeah. Then we had Shotzi and Ember taking on Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez in the finals of the Women's Dusty Tag Team Classic.
Thoughts?
I mean, Shotzi looks lost at times, and she's only in there to take dangerous wild bumps.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, you obviously know the women's division a lot better than I do. And I really only see Shotzi during these main shows. She's got the entrance. They're obviously wanting to push her, and
she's got a look.
Yeah, she's got a look. I don't know if she can get out of NXT. I guess is that. But do people even want to get out of NXT anymore? I mean, that'll go into my Finn Balor commentary later, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know. No, I guess if you're featured on NXT at this point, you're on USA now. I don't know how that's
changes, right?
Well, it's not even that. I don't know how your exposure is going to change once Peacock comes into play next month. Right. So I don't know if NXT is going to stay on USA or what. I mean, that would be really the determining factor for me.
I don't see how they can. I mean, they're literally in the middle of the Wednesday night wars.
It hasn't been a war for...
Of course not. But my point is that if you pull NXT from Wednesdays, if you're Vince,
I don't think they're gonna have a choice. That's the thing.
oh, you think NBC said,
Well,
"Hey,
because of hockey.
oh,
Because NBC Sports is going away, so hockey's going to need a home, and they're talking about USA being
where
that
does
home.
NBC Sports go? They're just 86 and NBC Sports all together?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Like, for real?
The channel, not the division.
Oh, the channel. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, am I not going to hear fucking Mark Albert on fucking NBA basketball anymore?
No. No, there's still NBC Sports as an entity is still going to be a thing.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a channel. I thought they were just getting rid of it altogether, and I was
No.
Listen, I learn new things every week, Pumps, as you know. So,
well, there you go. So yeah, I don't think they're going to have a choice in the matter. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think the 700,000 people that they can say that they bring in every Wednesday is gonna hold up to a marquee hockey game.
of course not.
I don't know.
But that's actually that's interesting because I don't know what the USA NXT deal looks like. Maybe we can talk that on another show, but I don't think NXT is making anybody sign up for Peacock.
No, but WrestleMania is.
Sure, but what I'm saying is that so if NXT is averaging what, like a 500,000, 800,000 viewers a week on USA?
I'd say 725, and that's being generous.
Right. So what does that turn into if they move to Peacock? You'll never know, right? Because you just won't know.
No, there is a way to track streams, but I don't know enough about streaming and all that to know the live numbers and all that. I know there is a way to track it because Impact does it for their Twitch, but
I don't even know enough to monetize a fucking social media page, Pumps. So you know what?
There you go.
Here we are.
That's why we're on the Illuminerdi and not the Pumps Network.
Shout out to the Illuminerdi. I appreciate you. Well, I'm gonna talk some shit later in the show, but I appreciate you. I also appreciate our producer Shay tonight. Yes. So next match,
Gargano Kushida.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good. I felt like it was a bit of a slow start, but
it was. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say that I mean it's Takeover, so Gargano's gonna show out, and I feel like he brought out the best in Kushida because we really haven't seen. I haven't seen this Kushida since the Time Splitters in New Japan, really.
And you would know.
Well,
that's not. I'm not sure. I'm saying you would know.
Yeah, I feel like this is the best version of Kushida so far that we've seen in NXT, anyway.
I fucking love Kushida.
Mm-hmm.
And I also loved Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yep.
And I feel like Shinsuke needs to go back to NXT. And okay, I was going to talk about this later on the you know what? All right. You know what? Oh wait. Okay. So this match was good. Johnny Gargano, everybody loves him. I'm pausing that thought for a better example
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm not fucking drunk this week, Pumps. Okay, stop.
I didn't say you were.
All right. I wouldn't. So, yes, this match was fantastic. I think if they're gonna have Kushida show out like this, they should have put the belt on him. Johnny G, he's over, bro. Like, I don't even think Johnny G even needs a belt. He's that fucking guy in NXT. And NXT has a lot of those guys. I have a lot of, Bret Harts, a lot of Shawn Michaels, a lot of dudes that you can just have a match with. It doesn't even matter who, and they're gonna look amazing.
Yeah, but then you run the risk of having Gargano go the route of Ciampa, where it's like feud. Okay, absolutely nothing. Let's have him immediately team up with the guy for no reason.
Right. I agree.
So at least they're doing something with him, and it's a vehicle to get Candace's girl over, and who's that, Theory, with them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I just Kushida's been under. I just don't want Kushida to go to the way of Kenta.
Well, yeah, but Kenta's killing it now.
Now he fucking signed to the dub 5 years ago, and did nothing. I mean, he was hurt a lot of it, but so it's like
he was NXT champ.
I guess. Placeholder. All right, next match.
MSK and the Grizzled Vets.
This is what I want to talk about.
Okay, what you got?
Who the fuck is MSK?
They came directly from Impact. I believe they were the Rascals or the Vandals or something like that.
How many matches have they wrestled in NXT?
They started in the tournament, so this was
this is their like who's the Asian cat that they had go to the finals of the cruiserweight class, Ibushi?
Yeah, essentially, yeah, okay. Yeah,
and they couldn't sign him, right? Like they couldn't sign Ibushi and they couldn't sign Sabre Jr.
Correct.
Is that why wrestlers like that have never been in tournaments like this again?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
unless it's a one-off, yeah.
Which they don't do. They did it with this guy, Jushin Thunder Liger, right?
Yeah, but I mean they can't do it now.
Right. Oh, because the other companies have basically fucking tried to form a monopoly against WWE.
Well, yeah, that and travel is just,
Sure. We don't talk about COVID on this show unless we talk about COVID on this show. So, they're fucking small, dude. And this is my question.
Yeah, but the Grizzled Vets aren't giants either.
They're not. But the Grizzled Vets make them look small. So this is my question. And this is how AEW's whole roster looks.
Yeah.
For the most part. Which is fine. So my question is this. Is pro wrestling no longer, holy shit, look how big that guy is?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like the WWE is holding on, man. They still love their big dudes.
I think it went away when Mysterio won the belt.
Right, but the WWE still puts. That's why Adam Cole isn't on the main roster right now. If Adam Cole was in AEW, that motherfucker would be wrestling for a championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's like Kenta looked on AEW this week. He's good, bro, but he looks tiny. He's Daniel Bryan. And unfortunately, Daniel Bryan worked because he was like the little dude amongst the big dudes. But now...
Yeah, but Kenta and Bryan can also back it up.
They can. But can you have a whole roster of that is my question. Will wrestling have to go to, listen, every dude is between 5'9" and 6'2". That's our whole fucking roster. Every dude's between 5'9" and 6'2" for the most part. So now storylines and ability to deliver a promo is at a premium. Yep. Because you had a dude like Ahmed Johnson come out who nobody gave a fuck if he could cut a promo or really work because he was believable. Dude was jacked. He was big, whatever. You got Braun Strowman. You've got, like, are these dudes, like, dinosaurs right now? Because you look at the dudes that they just had win the Dusty Classic. Mm-hmm. MSK?
Yes.
What does that stand for, by the way?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either. Welcome to the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order. So, like, they're smaller than, like, I thought they were better than Private Party.
Yeah.
And I've seen Private Party wrestle a lot more than them. I thought they were better than the fucking Street Profits. But the problem is that they're littler than both those teams. And not by much. And
well, what gigantic tag teams do you have though? Like,
you don't have any. So that's my point, is that has wrestling officially started to move big buff dudes outside of Brian Cage to the wayside?
No, I just don't think there are any.
And why is that?
Well, even when, okay, let's take Damian Priest, or Punishment Martinez, as I prefer to call him. He's 6'6", and he had a feud with Gargano. Gargano was 5'9" on a good day. So I mean, what do you do with those guys unless you're gonna? No.
That's great, and I'm into that, and I get that. I get the I love fucking Damian Priest. My point is, can you have a whole show like that if you're the WWE? AEW has gone all in. AEW is like, we don't give a fuck what size you are.
Well, no, because WWE is going to find those attraction guys and turn them into.
But how long can they do that is my question, because the wrestling on this show wasn't fantastic. It was good. This was a good show. But overall, it was more entertaining in ring than anything the WWE has put on.
Yeah.
And they have littler guys. So it's like, it's just when the MSK dude is outside the ring, bro, the ropes are like at his fucking collarbones, my dude. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like at some point, are they going to just say, fuck it, we don't care what size you are? Or does WWE stay the big man territory?
I think main roster stays big man for as long as they possibly can, because they are going to try and find those attraction guys. Like I was saying, there's some gigantic guy some bodybuilder, weightlifter, powerlifter guy they just signed, and his name is escaping me, but dude is a monster.
Right.
So I mean, they're constantly searching for the next thing.
You don't get monsters that can wrestle that often. Damian Priest, for this era, is a monster. The dude is 6'5", 270, whatever, and can wrestle. Brock Lesnar, back in the day, could wrestle.
But they have Bobby Lashley and they don't do anything with him.
Because Bobby Lashley's got the fucking personality of a tuna can.
So you stick him with Heyman.
But I think Bobby Lashley is just old enough to where people don't care. I've seen Bobby Lashley. If I hadn't seen Bobby Lashley back in the day, I might care about him more.
Yeah. Well,
and you've got a guy like Samoa Joe announcing.
Well, but that might be medical though. They might not clear him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he did get hurt. He got hurt doing a commercial for them. So I mean, he might not have to wrestle anymore. They might have put some zeros on a piece of paper for him and called it a wrap.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind the little guys. I don't. I mean, the little guys coming from dudes from our era that are used to King Kong fucking Bundy, for fuck's sake. Well, but I don't mind the little guys. Are you going to move forward with any of these? It's like, all right, we'll talk about Finn Balor when we get to it, but like the grizzled young vets, okay, which is a very funny tag team name. Those guys can fucking go.
Yeah.
Neither one of them is over 6 foot.
No, but they've also got, they're in their 30s, I assume, late 20s, early 30s.
Sure,
so I mean, they've got plenty of experience.
They made those other two dudes look like little kids in terms of body size.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know a way to counteract that other than sticking him in there with what's his name there. Oh God, Drake Maverick, and
my point is, I'm not saying that you should match teams up by body size, if that's what I'm conveying, because that's not the case. My point is that I want to believe, right? You want to suspend disbelief.
Right.
So I just want to see if this is the way we're going, then I want to see dudes like MSK like be featured. Like if this is the size of matchups we're gonna have, dope.
Yeah.
But then let's do it. Because then,
well, I mean, I think that's where they're going on NXT at least.
I hope. Like, what happened to who were the fucking Paul Ellering twins?
They got hurt, and I don't think they're with the company anymore. I think they got released on that Black Tuesday.
Right. That's what I'm. Who they were? The fucking the AOP. They were.
Yeah, the Authors of Pain.
Yes, those dudes were big, and you were like, "Oh shit, I could see these dudes." And then they went on the main roster and just didn't feel like anything. So if your farm system is a bunch of littler dudes, and you don't push that on the main show, what good is your farm system? That's my question.
I don't have. It's not, because there's no crossover, because no one has come from NXT in a long time, except for Balor, who came in and won the championship, the Universal Championship. No one's felt like a big deal.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but Balor was after that. I'm saying since Balor.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Balor came after KO.
I'm pretty sure.
All right. But yes. Exactly. It's like, so I just don't know what, like, I'm just trying to spitball long term where the WWE is going. If NXT is your farm system and your whole farm system is, are you just waiting for Vince to pass and Triple H?
I think we need to get out of the mindset of NXT being the farm system, because it hasn't been since they got their own show on television anyway.
Sure.
It was back in the day when you could see, like, I remember watching Solomon Crow, who is now Sami Callihan, have a run on NXT on the network. And I mean, you're never gonna see that anymore.
Sure. No. Yeah.
Just because it's now a television show and you've got to push a rating and whatever. So
well, yeah, it's like Bo Dallas was a champion in NXT. Right.
Exactly.
I got it. All right. What was the next match? Sorry to get off on a tangent.
The women's match.
Which one?
For the belt. Io.
Okay.
Oh God, why am I drawing a blank on who was in the match?
It was like one of her first matches too, right? Yes.
Oh God.
Hold on, I got it right here, buddy.
I'm completely having a meltdown.
Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm.
Yeah, Toni Storm. Jesus, there we go. Yeah.
Thoughts?
I thought it was good. It was a good spot fest. It wasn't too long. I do think that whoever does take this belt off of Io Shirai need to have some serious plans for her, because she's had this belt for a long time, and she's persevered through some crazy matches. Right. So whoever takes this belt off of her needs to be someone that they are invested in and that they have long-term plans for.
And they would be taking the belt off her only if Io's going to move up, correct?
I would assume, yeah.
Right.
I mean, they could do an Asuka thing where she just gets called up without the belt, or I'm sorry, gets called up and relinquishes the belt, but sure. I don't know.
Can Io speak any better English than Asuka?
They're on par.
Didn't mean to be racist with that. I'm just saying.
It's a valid question.
I need one of these amazing Asian female wrestlers to speak better English. Not for me, for them.
Yeah.
In terms of overall, like, I don't care because, and you don't care. We like the wrestling.
But people do.
Right, but people do. And yes, I know it's very difficult, but I feel like if I was a I mean, I don't know. I guess Japanese is a really difficult language to learn. I was gonna say if I was a gaijin, or what are they called, man? Is that it? A
Yeah.
gaijin? And I was wrestling in Japan, I would try to you know maybe learn some heel shit.
I mean, Kenny did it.
Right. But also, Kenny fell in love with a Japanese wrestler, and they needed to communicate.
I didn't say that. So, main event time.
All right, main event time.
Yeah, this was a different style. I'm surprised that they let him have this match. This is like an old school British strong style type of match.
1,000,000%.
Joint manipulation. I mean, these are the matches that Zack Sabre Jr. has every week in New Japan.
Right.
So I can't shit on it because I love Zack Sabre Jr. It was just a shock that they did it.
At the end of the match, when Balor is still selling his fingers, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I think these two were probably the only two that could pull it off. Also.
Right. Well, Walter and Dragunov.
Well, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Go on.
But Walter does not want to be in America.
I know, and I don't like it.
NXT UK is a thing.
I know. Continue.
No, I mean, I thought it was a good match. Finn Balor retained, and there was some shenanigans at the end, which I know you liked.
Yes. I felt, and this is another thing. Finn Balor just is a better fit on NXT because they don't allow him. Like, if you look at the last 3 months, right, or 3 pay-per-views, whatever, the 2 versus Kyle O'Reilly and this one, you can't have those matches on the main roster. They just don't allow it in terms of time, in terms of placement on the card. If these are the type of Finn Balor matches I get on NXT, I don't want him on the main roster wrestling fucking Otis. Like,
yeah, I agree. I agree.
You know, and I think Finn has a contract where he doesn't. I mean, I don't fucking know, but I would assume he makes the same amount of money whether he's on NXT or on the main roster, obviously alleviating bonuses for pay-per-views or however that works. But
I'm sure his merch money more than makes up for anything that he lost going down to NXT.
Yeah, and he's dope. And Pete Dunne is a little dude, and he's dope. And it just goes back to the same thing we just talked about. These littler dudes are putting on such better, but that doesn't sell to children. And
WWE's average audience is 50 though.
I'm only 40, almost 1.
I agree with you, and I am almost 40 myself. But the average age of the WWE viewer is 50.
Come on. Really?
According to the metrics, the TV metrics, yeah.
Wow. Well, then fuck it. Why aren't we doing that? You know what I mean? But, like, I just feel even if you had Finn and Roman, the stuff they would have to wrestle isn't and there's almost like an NXT style. Now, Pumps, would you say, I know you hate American wrestling right now.
I do.
Okay, so if we were going to go on pure in-ring work right now, it's New Japan 1, correct?
Yeah.
Is NXT 2?
Probably.
Right. That's what I mean, right? So you got then AEW be 3, right? And then and right. Ring of Honor probably 4, Impact 5, and WWE be at the bottom, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. So if NXT is the closest thing that the United States has to that level of in-ring work, why would you not want to be there if you're a Finn Balor? You know what I mean? Like, why would you not be like, hell yeah, I'm going to NXT? Like, why don't more wrestlers want to go back to, and you know what I mean? Like, unless you're making that much more money, if you're Keith Lee and you're making that much more money
It
on
is. I think it is. It's
doing
more. It's
bullshit matches,
yeah,
right?
because he gets more action figures, more T-shirts, more TV time, more. I I don't want to say it's like minor league baseball where your first week you made more than you made in the minors, but I think it's pretty comparable to that situation, or it used to be anyway.
Yeah, and just hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to our producer Shay, who is doing a thing on our channel. Who we have fucking pictures of the match happening in between us right now from the
Yeah,
main event, and that's pretty badass. And we haven't seen that in a while. So Joe, give Shay a goddamn raise, and he deserves better than this show.
that is
but
true.
but anyway, so yes, so yeah, they went at it. I thought it was fantastic. I just, if their average watcher is dudes our age, then I don't need, you know, Otis winning a fucking buffet battle royal. I don't need it. I don't need it. Let's do that back on Saturdays, like when we were kids. How about the night shows are for adults now? I know that's never going to happen, but
Well, the problem is no one watches anything outside of NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. Like 205 Live is it. I think
yeah,
we get as many viewers as 205 Live.
and that's saying something.
Yeah. So I mean, if
We
they
get
were to,
less viewers than a show about the Power Rangers different outfit changes.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. So
100%.
yeah.
And somehow we're still here every week for you fans.
Hey, we're killing it on Facebook. We can't shit talk
All
to people too
right.
much.
Of course, I'm just teasing. You know me. Anyway, so the post-match hijinks, we had Pete Dunne's gang,
Yeah,
the one American guy and one British guy tag team.
Birch and Lorcan. Yeah.
Yep, Birch and Lorcan. They don't have a better name than that.
Well, his name is Oni Lorcan and Danny Birch. So no.
Oh, also, isn't fucking one of the guys in MSK named like Will E?
I think so.
That was fucking lame. Really, that's what you had, Will E. Anyway,
It's
so
not great.
it's not great. So, and they start fucking up Finn Balor and the Undisputed Era, the absolute MVPs of NXT for the last 3 years,
Absolutely.
come to the rescue. And they come in and they got their gear on, but it's only Roddy Strong, Kyle O, and Adam Cole.
Yeah, Fish is hurt again.
That fool is always hurt.
He's like 50.
Well, listen,
I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just saying he's like a legit like 48.
I know.
That's
Bobby
a old
Fish.
man.
Bobby Fish got signed late, and Kyle O'Reilly's like, kind of holding me down, bro. And
I don't know how.
It goes. So they come in and they save Finn, and they get in the fucking 4-man formation, and they're gonna do the fucking thing. And Adam Cole super kicks Finn Balor, much to Kyle O'Reilly's chagrin, because now Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor have a mutual respect after 2 pay-per-views. And Cole rolls out of the ring. Roddy Strong reluctantly follows him, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Right? And Kyle O stays in the ring, correct?
Well, O'Reilly didn't have a choice. He caught one in the jaw.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He fucked. Right. So now, is that what we have? Because Fish is hurt, do we have a Cole and Roddy versus Finn and Kyle O main event Mania weekend?
I would assume. Yeah, because there have been cracks in the Undisputed Era's foundation for a long time.
I love that they kept that together for so long, because it's so rare that they keep a team like that together, and they should do it more often. But go on.
Yeah, what their debut was Armania, wasn't it? 33? That takeover?
Yeah, because I know Roddy Strong wasn't even in the crew.
No, he was started out with AOP and turned on him at War Games.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, they've been down for a while.
The one where I almost got murdered for cheering for Tommaso Ciampa during the main event.
Maybe. But yeah, no, I mean they've been doing it for a long time, and I hope they have plans for him going forward. I really do, because for them to have 3 years of hard work and storytelling and sticking together through everything, and to finally do it, you know, if you don't have a good long-term plan going forward, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that I thought for a second that Finn was gonna join. And I was like, wow, that might kind of be cool. Like if Dunn and them dudes, if what's his name, Pat McAfee, right?
Yeah.
If maybe Pat McAfee brings in somebody else to maybe wrestle for him, like I thought that could be like kind of cool. But now it seems like they're breaking up the Undisputed Era, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really kind of holding out that they would debut them as a crew on the main roster and let them do some, you know, some.
I mean, they probably still will.
Right. With the goal. Jesus Christ, how come I can't remember their names? The MVP's gang.
Oh, Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business, yes. But you know, I get it. I'm intrigued. I'm more intrigued what's going on with this NXT story, these NXT storylines, than I am with the main roster. So I guess.
Oh, for sure.
That's, you know, says what it says. Okay, all right. We only have a few more minutes coming up, so let's run through AEW real quick. Pumps, was there anything noteworthy on AEW this week?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I've been on a real downer with American Pro Wrestling lately, so I haven't.
I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't pitch to that correctly. You're right.
No, that's okay. And
no. Hold on. I just want the audience to know that Pumps and I have had many therapy sessions privately via text about Pumps' he doesn't understand, and he's a little perturbed, and he's soul searching about why.
Yeah.
He just doesn't give a fuck about American wrestling anymore.
Basically, yeah.
And Pumps, let's give you that platform here to maybe work that out with us together.
Well, no, I mean, I don't have I mean, if I knew the reason, I could address the issue, but I haven't finished a Dynamite live in probably a month. The last 2 or 3 weeks have been some of the worst programming I've seen. This whole disaster with Cody and Jade Cargill and Red Velvet that they're going to put on TV is going to be a disaster.
Do you feel like they're pimping Cody out because he's maybe one of the most recognizable names and TNT just wants him in weird angles?
I mean, yeah, it's a star play. They're trying to grab outside eyes. I get that. I mean, they tried it with Tyson, you know, the last time that Jericho was attached to mainstream television, all the NBA fans drug him on Twitter saying how bloated he was. So I mean, yeah, Cody's obviously the next one up, I guess, that they're gonna try. But I don't know. I just the good stuff in AEW is really good, but all the shit you have to sit through to get to that, I can't do it anymore.
Right.
So I had to watch the this main event, the tag with Moxley and Archer against Kenta and Kenny. I had to watch it yesterday because I just couldn't sit through it because I was so disgusted with the product they're putting out. So
and what did you think about that main event? Because listen, Archer doesn't do it for me. And they really want him to be a player.
Well, that goes to your problem earlier, though. He's out of place with those guys.
Right.
because he's so big,
Sure.
and they're not,
Right. And how
especially Kenta.
right exactly. And it's like even when Kenta premiered and he ran out, which is they want to recreate those awesome Nitro moments where motherfuckers were just showing up. And I'm with it as a
Yeah, I'm all
fan.
for it.
I'm with it as a fan. And I think the fact that AEW has made these alliances with Impact and New Japan, I think that's fucking awesome if they do it right.
Well, see, I didn't necessarily believe it until Moxley showed up this week with the belt. Once he showed up,
The IGP belt.
once he showed up with the North American title, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, they've officially got something.
Sure.
Because this is the first. He's had the belt for 400 days and we've never seen it.
And how do they sell that in New Japan though? How do they let that happen?
What do you mean?
How does Moxley have one of their top 2 titles and doesn't defend it in a year?
Quarantine, pandemic. They shut down also.
Okay.
They shut
No,
down.
I know. I'm legit asking you how they pitched it to in kayfabe, like how they pitched it, like just
No, I mean
quarantine.
Yeah, they treat their fans with more
Respect.
intelligence. Yeah, yeah. They treat their fans like grown-ups for the most part.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
I don't know exactly how they spin it in Japanese because I don't speak the language, but you know.
Sure.
So, but no, this was good. I thought it was probably the best thing of the week as far as, I mean, it was the best thing on AEW. I didn't watch, the NXT weekly show, but
does Sammy Guevara leaving the Inner Circle, is that Chris Jericho positioning himself to have a program with the best individual performer in that crew?
Oh, you think Sammy's better than Max?
Yes.
That's a hot take. Okay.
In terms of, I don't think Sammy is better than Max in an overall package.
Yeah.
I think Sammy is better than Max when it comes to the Inner Circle. What they had that whole like Le Sex Gods, and they had like Sammy Guevara has been like his fucking muse like this whole time. Like, I think that's a better match / angle departure than if Jericho and Max had a beat, because to me, Jericho and Max are kind of the same guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So are they going to slow burn this? Are they going to
oh God, no. They got Revolution coming up.
So they're just going to go right for it. Jericho Guevara.
They got a pay-per-view coming up. It's balls to the wall.
All right.
Because they can't do the Shaq and Cody thing on pay-per-view, thank Christ, because of the All-Star weekend.
So
but that's why they have to
at some point.
It's happening in like 2 weeks.
So after the All-Star break.
No, I think it's before. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure.
Right, because we're legit talking about Shaq and Cody, which is like talking about Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. But
yeah,
we're so up against it that I want Jay here for when we talk about celebrities in wrestling.
Yes. Real quick though, Finjuice.
Hold on.
Finjuice. What?
Let me at least throw it to you.
I thought you were gonna do your typical Nate. All right, we're out of here.
No, I was trying to be a host.
Oh.
I was. You don't even give this relationship a chance. Pumps.
Yes.
Do you have any news outside of the ring, sir?
Outside of the ring? No. Inside of the ring, Finjuice, which is David Finlay and Juice Robinson, are coming to Impact, I think, next week. And Meltzer says Okada is coming to America.
Wow, like that.
He doesn't have details, but it's happening.
Oh, AEW is going to do that Mania weekend, right?
Does he? I mean, he's got a quarantine, so it's 2 weeks.
All right, we've got what, a month?
I don't know when their pay-per-view is. Maybe he comes in. So if he runs in at the end of the pay-per-view, shows up on Dynamite, and then because they shoot back to back.
Right.
So they shoot one Dynamite, and then he shows up for the live one. They got the next one in the can. He goes back, does some New Japan stuff. It could work.
They might even say fuck the New Japan stuff and leave him here for a couple weeks because that would maybe make more Americans want to sign up for New Japan World.
Yeah, if he builds something and somebody goes over there, I don't know. I'm here for it.
I think if Okada comes here, he's coming for a month. No less.
Listen, the more people that gang up on WWE since they've had the monopoly uncontested for so long, I'm here for it. Bring everybody.
I'm with it. Pumps, is there any other news and notes outside of the ring that you would like to talk about before we get out of here, sir?
Nah, nothing of any real merit.
What would you like to promote, sir?
Oh, just myself, old Pump61 on Instagram.
Perfect. I want you also to follow Pump61 on Instagram. I also want you to follow Shay's Instagram, and I don't even know what that is right now.
Illuminerdi.
Illuminerdi. I want you to think about following the best producer at the Illuminerdi. The man who rain, hail, snow, sleet, lowest views. He doesn't care. Fuck Josh. Josh left us. But here we are with Shay. I'm just kidding. I love you, Josh. Hey, you should follow the Illuminerdi. They are always breaking new shit. This week, they broke major stories that a lot of other fucking pages and shows
ripped them off.
They just ripped them off. And I even commented on, what's that one, at Comic Book?
Yes.
Yes, and I even fucking commented on them too, that they ripped off exclusives from the Illuminerdi, and that is our family and that is our home. And
we don't play that shit.
And we don't play that shit. All right, listen, I might have beef with the Power Rangers on some street shit. Okay? All right? Me and the Power Rangers might have beef. But when it comes to some family shit, me and the Power Rangers are on the same sidelines. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
That's just how it goes. So, my name is Nathan Has Skill. His name is Pumps. I have a new album coming out on March 1st. It's called Cannon Fodder. You can reach me on all the stuff at Nathan Has Skill, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook. I don't really fuck with Twitter that much, and I'm not really thrilled with the Teams app, but I'm forced to use them here. And the Illuminerdi Wrestling Order, I really appreciate you guys for giving us a platform to have fun. And Jay, I really hope you had a great Valentine's Day. We'll see you next week, girl.
We love you, Jay.